Should be live. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
We're live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Friday slate, Big 10 game slate. Excited to break this down with you guys. Just going to answer questions for about the next hour or two. Going to be live till probably about 4:30. Answer any questions you got. Talk through the slate. Still a lot of injuries that we're waiting on. De'Aaron Fox still questionable. Curry's expected to play, although he's listed as questionable on DK. He's expected to play. But like De'Aaron Fox, Christian Wood, I think those are the two big injuries that we're still waiting on. As of right now, as of 3:30. Vendetta, what's up, man? What's up, Andre, Ethan Lee? Any love for Bagley tonight? I had interest in Bagley. Now that Holmes is gonna play, I think that lowers my interest, but he's still viable. His price came up though. He's 5,900, so I don't think he's like a core play for me by any means. Cousins a lock if Wood is out, no brainer. Yeah, I think so. I think Cousins, he's gonna be a really good play once again. Price didn't go up enough. I mean, he's 5,100 on DK. On Yahoo, you got Cousins at $15. I mean, that's too cheap for DeMarcus Cousins. He played like 23 minutes last game, and he still had like 40 fantasy points in 23 minutes. The dude's just going to be a monster when he gets the minutes. So, yeah, I'm going to like Cousins a lot if Wood's out. You think Houston can guard Vucevic? I mean, probably not. Like, Wood and Cousins are both pretty bad defenders. With now that Aaron Gordon's out, I do have a lot of interest in Vooch. Yeah, no Aaron Gordon, no Markelle Fultz. Evan Fournier still questionable. Like, Vooch is just going to have to do so much offensively tonight. The offense is going to run through him. You should expect a big game from Vooch. It's just, center is such a loaded position today. So many guys I like at center. Really like Joe Val. Really like Jared Allen again. Even Mitchell Robinson, I think, looks really good at 5,700. It's just tough. I wish I could play like 4 centers today, but, due to how many options there are at position, I don't think I'm going to have a ton of Vooch tonight, but he'll still for sure be in my player pool. I'll still for sure have him in some lineups. Terrence Ross with Gordon, MCW, and possibly Fournier out. Yeah, Terrence Ross also, another guy that should benefit with all those guys out. Him, Terrence Ross, Cole Anthony, Vooch. I think those are the 3 guys I'm really looking to get to from the Magic. You can maybe go to Dwayne Bacon for cheap, maybe Gary Clark for cheap, but really I think I want to stick to those 3 guys. I feel like there's probably going to be better value open up to where I don't want to, have my night right on Gary Clark. Cole Anthony, yeah, we talked about Anthony. I think, with no Markelle Fultz, especially now that Aaron Gordon's out as well, like Cole Anthony should be forced to do more offensively. The minutes we know are going to be there. Good matchup against Houston. I do like Cole Anthony quite a bit. What's up, Noah? Here's a like for your brother. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for liking the video. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I do appreciate all you tuning in already. Thank you so much for, all the support you've shown on these live streams. I just kind of randomly go live in the afternoon and like, 200, 300 of you show up every day. So I really do appreciate it. With the chat flowing, that just, makes it a better stream. I'm able to answer as many questions as I can. Tice and Tatum, really close to being locked in. Yeah, Tice looks really good. I didn't talk about him in my video, but Tristan Thompson and Robert Williams are both out for Boston. So, Tice might have to play 30-plus minutes tonight. Like, they have no other big. They'll probably play Taco Fall a little bit. They'll probably use Semi Ojeleye at center some. They'll definitely play some small ball lineups, but I think we're going to get, 30, possibly like 32 minutes from Daniel Tice. Against the Wizards, great matchup. I mean, he looks like a great value. He's minimum salary on Yahoo, and he's a power forward over there. So, yeah, definitely going to be pretty heavy on Daniel Tice tonight. He's got power forward eligibility on Draftkings as well. Finally made your live stream. Thanks for tuning in, Derek. I'm glad you can join. Favorite value plays? Yeah, right now I think it's probably Daniel Tice. He looks really good as a value. I guess you could consider Boogie a value. He's 5,100. That's if Christian Wood's out. If Wood's out, Boogie would be a really good value. But yeah, right now it looks like Daniel Tice is one of the better values. Your Boston Yahoo picks. I think on Boston, yeah. I mean, if I'm playing guys from Boston on Yahoo, it's going to be Daniel Tice. I like Tatum at small forward just because small forward's kind of a gross position. $43, that's a heavy price for Tatum, but the small forward position just sucks, man. Like, there's nobody that stands out at small forward. There's no cheap plays I really like here, so I feel like I'm probably going to be playing like Tatum, who I really like at $43. Jeremy Grant at 27, I have interest in as well. Gordon Hayward at 32. Like, these are kind of going to be the guys that like take up a lot of my small forward exposure. Cole Anthony just got over 30 minutes. Yeah, I understand that. He played like 32 minutes last game, and he had like 14 points. I mean, he was not great on a point-per-minute basis, but like they really have no other options besides him and Vooch and Terrence Ross off the bench. With no Aaron Gordon, I feel better about Cole Anthony now because Gordon is obviously one of their top scoring options, and now that he's out, there's going to have to be some other guys produce. I should probably pull up the court IQ real quick. So I haven't looked at this. I doubt we're going to get much of a sample, but let's see what the numbers look like when you take Aaron Gordon off the floor. We'll take, let's see, we'll just say Fournier's out. Let's just assume Fournier's out. MCW is out as well, which obviously is going to free up a lot of minutes. That's one of the reasons why Cole Anthony, why I'm pretty confident in him, is just because, he's just going to have to play as many minutes as he can handle. So he's played 57 minutes. He's averaged close to a fantasy point per minute, 26% usage rate. Obviously a very small sample size, but, Anthony has shown he can be productive when Fournier and Gordon are off the floor. So I still do like him, even though he kind of disappointed last game. Noah is the man, knows his stuff, following you for years. Thanks for everything you do. I appreciate that, T-Money. Thanks for tuning in. Semi Ojale going to start. Most likely he'll start at power forward, but he's not really someone I want to consider. He's a low usage player, doesn't do much. He's not going to produce really. So yeah, I'm probably not going to go there, even if he does start. Halliburton, if Fox is out, if Fox is out, I'm going to really like Halliburton. He'll become a really, really good play on both sides. Too cheap if Fox is out. But, that's news we don't have right now, so we'll just have to wait and see. PG and Van Vliet, or Van Vliet and Terrence Ross. So you're basically saying PG or Terrence Ross. I mean, in that case, just give me Paul George. But, Paul George is going to project way better than Terrence Ross. I don't love Paul George tonight, but I would definitely play him over Terrence Ross. Like, if you're just asking who scores more points between the two, it's PG. The Ball brothers, I do like the Ball brothers. I like LaMelo more. LaMelo's price is starting to come up to a point where, you really need a good game from him. You're looking for about 40 points from LaMelo if you're rostering him at 6,500, but if they give him the minutes, he's got 40-point upside. He's a guy that can, nearly triple-double. He's going to contribute in all categories. There's a little bit of a narrative here if you want to buy into that, him facing his brother. Maybe he'll try and be a little bit more aggressive tonight. We don't really know, but I do like LaMelo. If I'm going to play one of the balls, it's going to be LaMelo. TLC for minimum on Yahoo. Yeah, I think if you're going to pay down a small forward, like him and Taurean Prince are the two guys that I think are actually viable, but TLC, I don't know if we can expect 26 or 27 minutes again. Like his minutes are going to fluctuate from a nightly basis. Let me see, how many minutes? I think he played 27 last game, but let me check. I didn't play any TLC last night. 26 minutes, 27 fantasy points. If you want to play him, you can, but I think for me, there's good value at power forward with Tice. You got value at guard with like potentially Halliburton. Joe Harris is really cheap on Yahoo. I feel like small forward's probably a position I'm going to just try and pay up for like Tatum, Hayward, Jeremy Grant, the guys we talked about. Here's a like, Noah, keep it up. Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for liking the video. Appreciate that. So many question marks in this slate. Yes, still a lot of guys questionable. Basically, Christian Wood and De'Aaron Fox, those are the two big question marks right now. Mr. Resourceful and Dynamic, what's up? What's up, Brian? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Nickeil Alexander-Walker for a shooting guard punt. He's a point per minute roster. I like him a lot. I haven't really looked at NAW. I mean, he doesn't get enough minutes. I mean, he's a good productive player, but 26 minutes last game, is that something that we can expect to happen again? I would say probably not. Like it's risky to roster a guy like NAW because his minutes, he could play 26 again, he could play 10. Like we just don't really know. I think there's better value personally, but you do you. Me personally, I'm not playing NAW though. Thoughts on George Hill? Yeah, on a big slate like this, I don't think I'm really going to be looking at George Hill. Another guy that the minutes can kind of be up and down. He had a stretch where he was getting about 25 minutes a game, and then that kind of started to go down a little bit. Let me see if I can find him on Yahoo. I think he's pretty cheap at shooting guard. Yeah, he's $13 at shooting guard. They got 27 minutes last game, 27 fantasy points. I mean, it's a good matchup against the Knicks, but again, we have Joe Harris for 14. Or if you're talking Yahoo, we got like Harris for 14, Halliburton for 16. I don't think I'm really going to be going to Joe Harris tonight, but that's just me. Or not going to be going to George Hill, excuse me. I will have some Joe Harris for sure, especially on Yahoo. What do you think of David Nwaba starting for the Rockets? I'll be honest, I haven't really considered David Nwaba. Like, when Harden, Wall, Cousins, when all those guys are healthy, Wood's healthy, like even with Wood out last game, I mean, he had 23 fantasy points, but he had to do that in 37 minutes. Like, if Nwaba plays 37 minutes again, like, he could score 20 points. I mean, He doesn't really have much upside. He's not going to be used much in this offense. He's a low usage player. Probably not someone I'm going to be going to on a big slate like this. Kawhi or Tatum on Draftkings? Give me Tatum, honestly, but over Kawhi. I really like Tatum now. I think he's a great pay-up option. Terrence Ross will be shooting 30 times tonight. No Gordon. Yeah, Ross is going to chuck when he comes off the bench. I would assume they could keep him coming off the bench, but, I mean, maybe he could start. Honestly, I'd probably rather him come off the bench just so he'll get, more usage with the second unit. I hate rostering Terrence Ross because he's such a scoring-dependent player, but he's had games where he can just knock down like 7 threes, get a couple rebounds, get a couple steals, and sure enough, he'll finish with 35, 40 fantasy points. Karis LeVert, a cash lock. Yeah, I think you're probably locking in Karis LeVert in cash. I don't think you really want to get cute there. I mean, last night, only played 30 minutes or 32 minutes, didn't shoot the ball well at all, and he still had 50 DraftKings points. Like, he's got triple-double upside with no Kyrie, with no KD. 7,400 is still too cheap for LeVert. He should be like, when KD and Kyrie are both out, LeVert should be like 9K. So you're still getting a huge discount on him. He would be one of the first guys I would start with in cash games. Who's your favorite high-priced player on the slate? It's probably Giannis, but there's a lot. I mean, I like Westbrook against Boston. I think now that Westbrook is confirmed playing, he looks like a solid option. I like Julius Randle, even though he's expensive. Like, Julius Randle's just been an absolute monster this year, and he's getting huge minutes. Those are probably like my favorite pay-up options: Randle, Westbrook, Giannis. Probably Giannis number one though. Giannis is always going to be towards the top of my list, no matter who he's going up against. The dude's just so productive. Tatum or Randle? Yeah, see, that's a close one. I think I'd probably give the edge to Randle, but man, I like both tonight. There's a very good chance in my main lineup I'll have both guys, if I can make it work, if enough value opens up and I can do so. Who's your favorite power forward? I mean, if you're talking about like points per dollar wise, it's got to be Daniel Tice. I mean, I know he's going to be popular, but he's hard to get away from tonight. 4,300, going to start, probably play 30 minutes. No Robert Williams, no Tristan Thompson. We saw this scenario earlier this year when Thompson was out, and Tice, I think it was this Memphis game, I can't remember. He played 19 minutes. He just, like, the game blew out. He just didn't. I mean, the minutes were kind of low for Thompson to be out, but he was really productive. 26 DK points. I don't think we're going to get 19 minutes from Tice tonight. I think 28 to 30 is the much more likely scenario, because in that game when Thompson was out, they had Robert Williams playing a lot off the bench. He got good run over Tice, but now Robert Williams is also out, so it's just they're going to have to play Tice 30 minutes. They really don't have a choice. And I don't see Taco Fall playing too many minutes. I don't think they're going to give him a ton of run. Mitchell Robinson, if he can stay out of foul trouble. Yeah, I do like Mitchell Robinson. That's always the worry when you roster Mitchell Robinson. Like, he could pick up 2 quick fouls, and by the end of the night, he's only played 20 minutes because he's been in foul trouble. But if he's not in foul trouble, right now it seems like Tibbs is going to give him big minutes. Tibbs loves to run his starters into the ground. We're seeing that with Barrett, with Randle. Those guys are playing huge minutes. I do like Mitchell Robinson. Just got to, cross your fingers, hope he stays out of foul trouble. What do you think about Davis Bertans? Feel like this could be one of those games where he goes off for 40 with Boston having to go smaller tonight. He's been getting solid minutes. Yeah, I've been hearing talks about Bertans. He wasn't someone that really caught my eye at first glance, but the minutes have been there. He did play 33 last game, 31 the game before that. I mean, 30 to 32 seems likely for Bertans. At 4,900, he still has upside at this price point. Like, he can definitely get hot, and you could get a 30-plus point game from Bertans. I don't mind him at 4,900. I'd rather save a couple $100 and play Tice, but Bertans is definitely in play, and he's for sure going to be a lot lower owned when it comes to him versus Tice. Bertans should be a lot lower owned. Nwaba could be good value. Eric Gordon, I don't think Eric Gordon's out. I think that's Aaron Gordon that you're talking about. Eric Gordon for the Rockets, he's playing. Aaron Gordon for the Magic, he's out. So yeah, Nwaba, I'm not on Nwaba personally. Baisley or Ross, I think that's close. I think if Fournier is out, I would probably go with Ross. If Fournier plays, probably go with Baisley. But I do have interest in both those guys tonight. That is a close one. Balance or stars and scrubs lineup. Right now, we got some good value with Tice at 4,300. There could be more value open up if Wood gets ruled out, if Fox gets ruled out. So right now it's kind of looking like stars and scrubs, but I don't really go into a slate saying, oh, I'm going to build my lineup this way. I just kind of wait for the news and see how it shakes out. My wife always asks, why does Noah say when I'm constructing my rosters? I'm torn on Baisley or Bagley on Yahoo. If Fox is out, Bagley Finally crushed last game, got 30 minutes. Yeah, Bagley's still cheap on Yahoo. I think he's $19 last time I checked. Yeah, he's $19 on Yahoo. Between him or Baisley, yeah, that is close. Whew, that's close. Man, I think if Fox is out, you probably go with Bagley. But, man, I mean, if you look at any projection site, I feel like both those guys are going to project so similarly. But the thing is, you know, with this being 10 o'clock game, one of the last games on the slate, we might not have Fox news before lock. I mean, Bagley's still a fine play if Fox is out, but I guess he would get a little bit of a boost. If he's a fine play if Fox plays. He would get a little bit of a boost, though, as Fox is out. Hopefully we get that news before lock. I don't know if we will, though. Dwayne Bacon. Yeah, I think Dwayne Bacon's fine. He's going to start. The minutes should be there. No MCW, no Aaron Gordon, maybe no Fournier as well. I would prefer for Fournier to be out because I think that would just secure the minutes for Bacon. The last game he did play 32. He was somewhat productive with 24 DK points. I'm a Florida State fan, so, you know, Dwayne Bacon, when he was at FSU, he was really, really good. He hasn't been that great since he went into the NBA. He just hasn't really given opportunity to play big minutes on a nightly basis. But, you know, if they have no Fournier, no MCW, no Aaron Gordon, I think 30 minutes is likely for Dwayne Bacon. So could be an option, 3,900. Not like a core value, but, you know, definitely viable. Elf versus Barrett. Give me RJ Barrett between those two. I think Barrett's just the safer option. I think his minutes are way more secure. You know, maybe Elf is more productive on a point per minute basis, but, you know, Barrett, he'll probably play about 40 minutes once again. Like, they're just running RJ Barrett into the ground right now. Thoughts on Chiozza? Should get more minutes as they're playing back-to-back. I haven't really looked at Chris Chiozza. I heard some talks about him yesterday's slate. You know, that was only a 5-game slate. I mean, he was really productive in limited minutes. 16 minutes, 23 DK points. He's minimum salary, so, you know, I guess he's not the worst play, but, you know, when I'm looking for values, I want guys that are going to play, like, you know, at least 20 or so minutes, unless it's just someone like, you know, a Boban that's so productive that, you know, he can play, or he can put up 30 points in 15 minutes. I don't know if Chris Chiozza is that kind of guy, so me personally, I probably won't be playing Chris Chiozza. I normally don't play these, you know, cheap, thin guys that really need to be productive in limited minutes. You know, minutes are key for me, and 16 minutes, I don't think that's going to do it for me. Who's your favorite value, 5.8K and lower? Let's take a look. I mean, it'll probably be Mitchell Robinson at 5,700, assuming you don't have him already. I do like Mitchell Robinson a lot on DK. I think he's a little bit too cheap. Got 41 minutes last game. You know, if he plays even close to that today, like, he should crush this $5,700 salary. It's just foul trouble. That's always the issue with Mitchell Robinson. Ty should crush. Yeah, he should crush tonight. He's a great value. I mean, 30 minutes seems very likely for him, and just unless things just somehow go south and he gets in foul trouble or if he gets hurt, I don't really see any way he doesn't play, you know, close to 30 minutes, if not more. Pritchard for Celtics going overload, $13. I haven't been on, since Marcus Smart came back, I haven't really been considering Peyton Pritchard. Like, Smart played last game. Pritchard, I can't remember if he had a good game or not with Smart back. 20 minutes, 19 fantasy points. Yeah, like, I don't know. A good matchup against Washington, but I don't really want to consider Peyton Pritchard on this slate with, you know, so many other options, 10 games, just so many other values that look better. I mean, talking about Yahoo, say it's $13 over there. Like, if I can find $1, I'd just rather play Cole Anthony, or I'd even play Tyus Jones over Pritchard. What do you think about Tice at center, Vooch at util? Totally fine with that. I think it's definitely a way you can go. I'll for sure have plenty of lineups with both those guys. Thoughts about playing Ball Brothers? Yeah, I already got a question about that. You know, if I was going to play one, it would be LaMelo. I'm sure you'll see some people make lineups with both guys, just hoping for like a narrative or something. You know, it's one of those games where they just like going at it with each other. But, I mean, I don't love LaMelo now that his prices come up, but he's still viable. You know, he's going to be low owned. He should be now that his price is up. I don't think many people are going to go to him. Vooch worth starting? Yeah, Vooch is a really good play. We've talked about, you know, all these guys out for the Magic. He's just going to have to do way more offensively. They're going to rely on Vooch a ton. So, yeah, I do like Vooch quite a bit. Favorite tournament play for today? I mean, if you're saying tournament play, I'm assuming it's going to be someone that's low owned. So let's see. Let's see if we can find someone that's low owned. Man, this is tough. Such a big slate. Like, you know, I want to say Julius Randle because I think at 9,800, nobody's going to want to pay that price for him. And we've seen Julius Randle can put up 60 like any night. He's getting 40 minutes right now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Julius Randle's going to be that popular. So, favorite tournament play, I guess give me Julius Randle. And if Julius Randle busts tonight, you can come back and scream at me if you want to. What do you think about Daniel Tice? Yeah, we've already talked about Tice. He's a great value play. He's going to be popular, but I'm probably going to eat that chalk. Cash locks on Yahoo as of now. Cash locks would probably start, if I'm playing cash on Yahoo, I would probably start with Karis LeVert, probably start with Daniel Tice, and then I think one of Jared Allen or Joe Val. Probably Jared Allen. He's so cheap on Yahoo still. He's only $22. Those would be like the 2 or 3 guys I would start with in cash. For sure, like LeVert and Tice definitely would be the 2 guys I would start with. I just arrived. Have you spoke about Jeremy Grant? What's your thoughts? Yeah, I do have some interest in Jeremy Grant. He is kind of expensive on DK. He's 7K, but he's been really productive. He's scored over 40 fantasy points in 2 straight games. He's going to get the minutes as long as the game stays close. I like the matchup against Phoenix. I guess I need to try and get it out of my head that, Jeremy Grant, 7K, no way I'm playing him. But the guy's shown he can pay off this price tag with this Pistons team. The usage, the opportunity, it's going to be there for Jeremy Grant. So I still have interest in him. He should be low owned, so it does make a lot of sense in tournaments, has the upside. I like him on Yahoo too, just because small forward's just a really bad position. He's only $27. I think that's still a pretty nice price for Jeremy Grant. Bone viable as Cole's backup. I wasn't probably going to go to him, no. I mean, I don't really play like backup guards. That's just me, no. I could easily see Anthony in foul trouble very easily versus Harden and Wall. Very tough game for a rookie. I mean, sure, but is that something that we can predict? Not really. Even if you think a guy's going to be in foul trouble, a lot of times they don't. Mitchell Robinson could be facing the Bucks. He could be facing Giannis and not get in foul trouble. Foul trouble is just such a hard thing to predict. I don't really let it get me off the guys that I'm interested in. Graham due for 45 plus fantasy points. Yeah, Devontae Graham is someone that I'm pretty high on tonight. I think he's going to be low owned. I think he makes for a really good tournament play. Just, he hasn't been able to shoot the ball well this season. Hasn't been able to make a shot to save his life. Price is way down on DK. He's down to 5,600. If he could just make a freaking shot, you're going to get a 40-point game from Devontae Graham at some point. The minutes should be there. Sure, maybe they'll play LaMelo a little bit more because he's facing Lonzo, but I still think we're going to get about 30 minutes from Devontae Graham, if not more. If he can just make some damn shots, you'll get a big game from him at some point. I do want to, buy low on Devontae Graham while everybody's kind of off of him. Vooch or Zion, I think now that Aaron Gordon's out, give me Vooch there, but I like both guys tonight. Greek or AD, give me Giannis over AD. Favorite guard, 6.6K and lower. Let's take a look at guards, 6.6K. It will probably be LaMelo, honestly. Even though his price is way up, the upside is still there. If they give him 30 minutes, he can easily score 40 fantasy points. He's going to triple-double at some point. Go ahead and write that down. LaMelo's going to have at least 1 triple-double this year. So, the guy has upside. The minutes should be there most nights. Even with the price up, I still do like LaMelo. So, give me LaMelo in that situation. You can't get to Anthony tonight. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing people saying I don't want to play Cole Anthony, but 5K, gonna play over 30 minutes. Good matchup against Houston. No Aaron Gordon, potentially no Fournier, no MCW. It's tough because I think this is someone that benefits coming off the bench because when he comes off the bench, he gets more usage. He's just able to kind of run the offense. I think playing alongside Vooch, playing alongside maybe Fournier if he plays, playing alongside Terrence Ross, who will be in there a lot. Maybe he doesn't see as much usage, but I still do like Cole Anthony at 5K. I think his assist numbers are going to be pretty good. It's just, can he make some shots? Can he score 15, 20 points to go along with, 5 or 6 assists? I still like him quite a bit at 5K. Didn't see, yeah, Aaron Gordon's out, so that's one of the reasons I feel better about, Cole Anthony now that Aaron Gordon's out. That was news we didn't expect either. Gordon was coming into the slate, expected to play, and then he just randomly got ruled out. With no Aaron Gordon, I just see Rockets blowing them out right now. I don't know. The Rockets, I don't think they've blown out anyone this year. Maybe I'm wrong there, but let me check their scores this season. Their biggest win this season was against Dallas. They lost by 13. Their biggest win has been, they haven't had any blow. I just don't think this team right now is going to blow out anyone. The Magic are still good, even without Gordon and potentially Fournier. They're still a solid team. So I wouldn't worry about the blowout. Just play the guys you like, and if the blowout happens, then so be it. Where can I get updates on injured players? I'd recommend you get on Twitter and follow Fantasy Labs NBA. I can pull it up real quick. That's where I get all my news. That's where most people get their news. They have a ton of followers. So at Fantasy Labs NBA, they tweet out, when guys are out, they tweet out starting lineups, and they're quick with it too. As soon as it comes out, they post it. So get on Twitter and follow Fantasy Labs. Baisley has been on an absolute tear. Yeah, Baisley's finally been playing really well. It was going to come at some point. Last season, we saw when he would get time on the floor, when he got minutes, he would be really productive. It was only a matter of time before he finally, started to get things going this year. They're playing him a ton of minutes, so the 30, 40-point games, those are going to be pretty consistent for Darius Baisley, I feel like. Heard they were probably going to postpone Nets game. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that. Obviously with the Sixers players testing positive and then the Sixers playing the Nets yesterday, there is a chance at least, so just be on the lookout for that. But for right now, we don't have any word on, the Nets game getting postponed. So for now, I'm just going to assume that the Nets game plays. White over Ball. Yeah, Kobe White's been playing really well recently. His price also has come up, like LaMelo, his price has also come up, but he's getting a ton of minutes, getting, just plenty of usage, taking a ton of shots. Obviously against the Lakers, not the best matchup overall, but Kobe White for sure is still viable. LaMelo is cheaper. I don't know if you're talking about a different site where they're the same price. I think if White and LaMelo were the same price, I would probably play Kobe White, but on Draftkings, there's almost $1,000 difference, so give me, LaMelo for cheaper there. But Kobe White, he's for sure in play. He's getting all the opportunity right now. That Bulls offense, it's running through him and Zach LaVine. Mitchell Robinson or Rashawn Holmes, give me Mitchell Robinson there. L for Smart, I really don't play Marcus Smart. When Tatum and Brown are healthy, even with Kemba out, I haven't really been playing Marcus Smart. So, yeah, give me L for Payton over Smart. Thoughts on Bertans and Kobe White? Yeah, we just talked about Kobe White. Bertans we talked about earlier. He's getting solid minutes, 30, 32 minutes. He's still somewhat cheap. I do have interest in Bertans. I think both those guys are for sure, in play on this slate. Jeremy Grant or RJ Barrett? Give me Jeremy Grant between those two guys. What's up, Noah? What's up, Sammy? Thank you for tuning in, brother. Favorite spin-ups tonight? I like Tatum a lot. Yeah, I do like Tatum as well. I like Giannis quite a bit. Like Tatum, Giannis, Julius Randle, Westbrook, those are kind of the guys I'm looking to spend up on this slate. Vooch as well. Now that Aaron Gordon's out, I think Vooch looks a lot better too. Cole Anthony or Chiozza? Oh, for sure give me Cole Anthony there. Not even close. How do you like Randall? I mean, Randall's just getting so many minutes, and he's such a productive player. Just dating back to last season, I mean, he was a guy that when he would get minutes, 40, 50-point games, and now, he's been even more productive this year. Usage is way up. I mean, 40, 43 minutes, 30, he's consistently playing 38, 40 minutes a night. Thibodeau's just running, Randall, Barrett, these guys are just getting run into the ground. They're playing 40 minutes a night. Good matchup against OKC. OKC, not nearly as good of a defensive team as they used to be. Even though his price is up, I think that's just going to lower his ownership, which makes me have a lot of interest in Julius Randle. Still a guy that has 60-point upside basically every night. Halliburton must play if Fox is out. I wouldn't say he's a must play, but he would definitely be towards the top of my list if Fox does wind up out. I would have a lot of interest in Halliburton. Is Cole Anthony a viable play tonight, or would you rather play Halliburton? So that's close for me. I think if Fox winds up out, I would take Halliburton over Cole Anthony, but that's risky because we might not have news on Fox before lock, and the Magic game starts at 8 o'clock. So unless we get news on Fox before 8 o'clock, you might just want to roll Cole Anthony there. But if we have news that Fox is out, I would rather play Halliburton over Anthony. My man yeah, dude, I just don't play Marcus Smart. I know he had some big games last year, but God, when I click Marcus Smart into my lineup, am I ever going to feel oh yeah, I'm about to win a tournament tonight with Marcus Smart? Just never someone I feel like I have to play, unless he was really cheap. I mean, when he's 6,300, watch, I say all this hate about Marcus Smart, and he's going to go and drop 50 tonight just to make me look stupid, but I will not be playing Marcus Smart. If I'm going to play guys from the Celtics, it's going to be Brown, Tatum, and Tice. Favorite spin down option? Yeah, right now it's probably Tice. We've talked about him a lot. He looks like one of the best values, which Neil, best value plays, it would be Daniel Tice there. Holmes, Baisley, or Otto Porter for GPP? Give me Baisley there between those three guys. Do you think Marvin Bagley's going to have another game night or another night again. Oh, like big night. Yeah, I mean, Marvin Bagley, I think they gave him some time at center last game, which is why he was so productive. He should honestly be like their backup center. Like, whenever Holmes is off the floor, just put Bagley out there and let Bagley be the center when Holmes is out. But 5,900, the price is coming up. The matchup's obviously not great against Toronto, but this is a very high upside player. They just need to give him more minutes. They just need to involve him more. I heard there was like tweets about him, complaining about his role right now. I mean, this is a guy that should be playing over 30 minutes a night. I mean, he's a young guy. He's one of your top draft picks from a couple years ago. Like, if you told me that Marvin Bagley played like 32 minutes a night, I would have a lot of interest in him, but I just don't know if that's going to happen because, his minutes have fluctuated all season, which makes it risky. I would have had a lot more interest if Holmes were to have been out, but right now Holmes is playing, so he's still viable though, just not towards the top of my list like he would have been if Holmes would have been out. Who has bigger upside, Giannis or Middleton? I mean, Giannis has way more upside than Middleton, but you're also going to have to spend for him. I just, same thing with like Marcus Smart. Like, I just don't play Chris Middleton when, Giannis and Drew Holiday are healthy. I just never feel like I have to have Chris Middleton to win. Maybe that's just me. With AG out, Terrence Ross must pick. I mean, I would say he's a must, but he does become a really good option now that Ross is out, or now that AG is out, excuse me. Ayton or Valanciunas? Give me Valanciunas between those two guys. What the hell happened to Whiteside? He used to crush, must have slept. Yeah, like, when he was with Portland last season, man, at the beginning of the year, when Nurkic was out, like, Whiteside was an 8K, 9K player, getting 35, 36 minutes, and now he's just like a backup to Holmes. He's only playing like 10 to 12 minutes a night. He's someone you can't really roster right now until his role changes. So, with Holmes now playing, I don't really have any interest in Whiteside. Yeah, he's a fantasy monster. If he were to like get minutes, I don't know how much he's going to actually help your basketball team, but for fantasy, the dude can stuff the stat sheet. Best 5 cash options? I can't give you 5, but I'll just say like Karis LeVert, Daniel Tice, probably be the 2 guys I would start with in cash. Harrison Barnes or Baisley? Give me Baisley between those two. George Hill tonight on Yahoo. Yeah, I don't have too much interest in George Hill. I've already seen some people ask about him. I would rather play Cole Anthony. If De'Aaron Fox is out, I would rather play Halliburton. I'm really not going to have much George Hill. You should do more of these streams. Yeah, I do plan on doing them. Probably, I'm not going to say every day, but, 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week. I will definitely be streaming, way more now. I do appreciate all you tuning in as well. Hit the like button while you're in here. I appreciate all the likes. Best value play under 4K. I mean, Tice is 4,300, so he won't qualify there. Under 4K, it might be Dwayne Bacon, honestly. Especially if Fournier's out, probably be Dwayne Bacon there. But like, if Fox winds up out, I'd probably take Corey Joseph at 3,900 as best value under 4K. Hey Noah, how are you? I'm doing well, man. Are you doing an NFL live for tomorrow's slate? I haven't decided yet. I did make a video for the NFL slate tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live or not. I think I have some plans with my girl tomorrow, but it depends on what time we do those plans. I might go live, not exactly sure yet. Thoughts on stacking Brown, Tatum, and Tice? I mean, if you're playing all 3 of those guys, I think you probably want to have someone on the Washington side, so you probably want to have like Westbrook or Beal. But yeah, I don't mind playing those 3 guys. Especially, Tice, I wouldn't even, like, it's just basically, are you going to play Brown and Tatum together? Like, Tice can still have a really good game for his price tag, along with Brown and Tatum going off. It's just, can Tatum and Brown both go off? That's the big question. And I think in a matchup against the Wizards, they definitely can. What's your biggest win? I won 10K on a free roll tournament on Yahoo a couple years ago. There's a video about it on my channel. Giannis over 52 Draftkings points. I mean, yeah, if I was betting that, I would probably take the over on 52. I mean, Giannis, on a bad night, he can give you 50 plus. Give me Valanciunas over DeAndre Ayton. I really like Valanciunas tonight. He's another guy I'm going to have a lot of exposure to. Should have listened to your advice about Seti the other day. Yeah, Seti, I think he had a really big game last night. I played him on Yahoo, but I didn't play him on Draftkings. His price is, coming up on DK. He was still really cheap on Yahoo, though. I don't even know why I'm looking for Seti because he's not playing, but yeah, Seti had a good game last night. Definitely once Sexton got ruled out, that made SETI a lot more interesting. That Sexton news, man, that shit came out like 5 minutes before the game time. Hopefully you guys were able to fix your lineups in time. I barely, I had one lineup. Luckily, I didn't have Sexton in my one lineup, but it was crazy. That news came out like 5 minutes before tip-off that Sexton was out. Any shooting guard values under 4,200? I mean, I don't think so, at least not right now, but let's see. I mean, you can go back to Bruce Brown. I played Bruce Brown yesterday, and that did not go well at all. 18 minutes, 7 fantasy points. He'll be virtually unowned today, so I guess you can maybe go with Bruce Brown there. But yeah, there isn't a ton of value under 4,200 at shooting guard that I love. I guess if you forced me to play anyone, it would be Bruce Brown, but I'm not very confident in him right now. Boogie or Robinson? I mean, if Christian Wood's out, give me Boogie over Robinson. Well, hopefully we'll have that news before. Yeah, so the Knicks play at 7:30, Rockets play at 8. We should have news on Wood before 7:30, I would hope. SGA or Mitchell? Between those two guys, give me SGA. Best spin-up play? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I think it's probably Giannis, Tatum, Randall, Westbrook. Those are kind of the guys I'm liking, above 9K. I gotta find that. You told me to ban me. I gotta find that cat that told you to ban me for asking about Denzel Valentine the other night. Man, woman too. Yeah, I was stupid. Denzel Valentine, big game, just made me look like an idiot. But I think someone in the chat said to ban whoever asked about Denzel Valentine, then he had a big game. But I did not play Denzel Valentine. I mean, 27 fantasy points, is that really like a big game? If he goes for like 35, 40, yeah, then you look stupid. But I mean, even at 27 points at 3,100, that's obviously really good value, but that's not going to win you a tournament. He's not a guy that's like, he's not, it didn't like it, or it wasn't like he broke the slate, Cuff Noah, let's go. Grant or Middleton? Give me Jeremy Grant. Oh, cut. Yeah, I got you, Ethan. I didn't know what you meant at first. Yeah, me and my girl have been dating for about 3 years now. Our 3-year anniversary is in 4 days, on the 12th. Russ is playing, I'm pretty sure. He's off the injury report. Last I checked. Last I saw, yeah, Westbrook's playing tonight. He probably won't play tomorrow. They're on a back-to-back, so he'll probably be out tomorrow, but he's playing today. Best player under 7,300? Let's see. It's probably Joe Val. Yeah, Valanciunas, 7,200. Give me Joe Val all day. I'm going to be way overweight on Joe Val in tournaments. What's the status of Stephen Curry? Curry, I believe, is expected to play. Last I saw from Fantasy Labs. Yeah, in their 3 o'clock update, they have Curry as expected to play, so Curry's going to play. I took the over on Beal and Randall at 44 fantasy points, feeling confident about Randall. Do you think? Yeah, that's a good bet. I'd take over on probably both those as well. Even with Westbrook playing, I think Beal is still likely to hit over 44. Lowry or SGA on DK? Give me SGA. Kobe White or Lowry? Give me Kobe White. Levine, a pay up more on point guard. Oh, Beal or Levine. So between Beal or Levine. I mean, Beal I still like, even though his price is way up. Like, he just still, this Washington offense, it runs through Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. So, Beal can still put up big games even with Westbrook in the lineup. I still do like Beal quite a bit. I guess straight up between him and Levine, I'd take Bradley Beal. Boogie or Allen? Ooh, that's close. I think given the discount, if Wood's out, I would still prefer Boogie, excuse me. But Jared Allen I do like quite a bit, especially on Yahoo. He's still, if you play on Yahoo, Jared Allen looks really good. He's only $22. I like him quite a bit over there. But like if Wood gets ruled out, you got Boogie for 15, who's a great option. You got Joe Val for 28. You got Vooch as a pay-up option at 38. That's so many good centers on today's slate. Any thoughts on putting Taco? No, I probably would not play Taco Fall, but that's just me. I mean, Taco Fall could smash if they gave him minutes, but I don't see them giving him minutes. Let's do spamming questions. Come on, bro. We can't be spamming questions in here. Come on, man. Boogie starting? No, we don't know. Boogie will start if Wood's out, but we don't know the status of Christian Wood yet, so that's what we're waiting on. That's one of the big entries we're waiting on. Is Steph playing? Yeah, Steph is playing. Or he's expected to play. Do you like Halliburton even if Fox plays? I would be less interested. You know, if I'm only playing one lineup, I probably don't play Halliburton if Fox is in. But if Fox is out, you know, Halliburton would definitely be a core play for me. He'd be towards the top of my list. Where am I from? I'm from South Carolina. Westbrook or Greek? Give me Giannis over Westbrook. LaMelo or Halliburton, best rookie so far. Man, Halliburton has been awesome. So I think LaMelo's been playing amazing as well, but he's just such like a popular name. Everyone knows who LaMelo Ball is. So honestly, I'd rather have Halliburton right now. But LaMelo's been great. He's honestly been better than Lonzo, if you ask me. He just needs to figure out how to, you know, knock down threes, and he's going to be a real problem. Everyone playing LeVert/Harris on GPP tonight. What's the other low-owned comparables? Yeah, LeVert's going to... I don't think Harris will be too popular, but LeVert will definitely be popular. You know, if you're looking for lower-owned pivots in that range, talking about Draftkings, I mean, like SGA is only $200 more or $400 more than LeVert. Kobe White's $100 more. Like, those are guys that have, you know, 45, 50-point upside that could definitely come close to Caris LeVert. On Yahoo, who's your favorite small forward value? There really isn't much value at small forward. If I had to play anyone, like it would probably be TLC or Taurean Prince. I don't love either one of those guys, or Dwayne Bacon. You know, one of those three. But like, I wouldn't say I'm very confident in any of those guys. I think small forward's a position I want to try and pay up at today. Thoughts on Tice? Yeah, I like Tice a lot. We talked about Tice already. No Tristan Thompson, no Robert Williams. He's just going to have to play a ton of minutes. What are you getting your girl a DFS lineup? I don't think I'm really getting her anything for... We're going to go out to eat at a nice restaurant, but that's probably it. I don't think I'm actually buying her a gift. She don't really... Like, she don't like gifts. I mean, she don't want me to buy her stuff. I'd rather go eat a nice meal than, you know, buy her a gift. But that's just me. Yahoo, Tatum, or Randall? See, I think that's a really close one. That's probably a decision I'm going to have to decide for myself. If I can't play both, it's going to be so close between Tatum and Randall. I think I'd probably give the edge to Randall. I'm a big Julius Randle fan, but yeah, both guys look like really good options. Tatum is 43, Randall's 41, so I guess because Randall's a little bit cheaper, give me Randall. How many entries do you normally make on Yahoo? I normally play like 10, 20 lineups on this in this baller contest, and then I'll run those 10, 20 lineups in all the other tournaments. I'm playing 10 tonight. Some nights I'll play 20. Just kind of depends. My goal is to take down the baller at least once this year. I've taken it down at least once, like every year, like the past like 3 years. But that was back when they were 10 entry max, when it was like 3K, 4K, 5K to first. They're running bigger tournaments this year. I think this one's 15K to first tonight. It's a lot harder because, you know, it's not 10 entry max anymore. It's, you know, 150. They have CSV edit. Yahoo used to be a lot easier back in the day when they were 10 entry max and no CSV edits. But I still love playing on Yahoo. They came back. Yes, I need to. Let me mod you real quick, Bandetta. You can ban people, so I don't have to do it. Been streaming for 3 days and we're already having to ban dudes for spamming questions. Seth Curry. Yeah, Seth Curry tested positive, not Steph. Seth did. Seth for the Sixers. Steph Curry for the Warriors. He's playing tonight, or he's expected to. Best 5,600 guard. Let's see. Let's take a look at guard. It would be Devontae Graham for me for sure. He's going to be low owned, but I do like Devontae Graham a lot. The upside's there if he can just start making some damn shots. Bradley Beal or Kawhi Leonard? Give me Bradley Beal. Kawhi or Brandon Ingram? I mean, if you have the salary, I think I'd rather get up to Kawhi, but yeah. You sound married already? That's fact. Gifts get old real quick. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like for Christmas, I mean, I bought her a bunch of clothes and stuff, but like, I don't know. We'd rather go out to eat, do stuff like that. Like we enjoy experiences more than gifts. We'd rather go, you know, whatever, play top golf, go out to eat, all that kind of stuff. My girl hates it because I love playing golf and I'm trying to force her to go play with me. Randall's been underpriced all year, but hard not to play him. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's just been so good this season. Now, on Draftkings, his price is to a point where you have to ask yourself, you know, can he pay off this price? But I think he still can. He's gonna stuff the stat sheet when he's playing, you know, 40 minutes a night. What do you think about Bobby Portis? Yeah, I don't really play Bobby Portis unless, something were to happen like Brook Lopez or something. If you're playing Bobby Portis, I think you're kind of you're hoping for the blowout, which, sure, the Milwaukee's so good, they could blow out any team, but yeah, I haven't played Bobby Portis once this year, and it really, it hasn't been something that's come back to bite me much. I mean, he's had some big games, but not games to where he completely breaks the slate. You like Birch? If he starts, he might start for Aaron Gordon. If he does, I would like him because he's a pretty productive player when he does get minutes. He's more productive when he starts at center, but he might get some backup center minutes when Vooch is off the floor. So, yeah, if Birch starts, I would have some interest. Lock Tatum. I mean, I wouldn't say Tatum's a lock, but he is a really good play. Great matchup, too. Would you set limit on Celtics? I mean, I probably wouldn't want like 4 in my lineup, but I think playing Tatum, Brown, Tice, I think playing those 3 guys together is totally viable. I think 4 is probably too much, though. 3 feels like the max for me. Tice, I wouldn't care. Like, he's so cheap. He should crush value that, I wouldn't mind playing him together with those 2 guys. Austin Rivers. I'm not really on Austin Rivers. I don't even know how he's been playing recently. Like, he's up to 4,300. I mean, he got 32 minutes last game, which, wow, he's actually played 32 and 33 minutes last 2 games. I mean, Burks is still out. I think Quickly might still be out as well, or Quickly might be back. Quickly's back, but I think he's barely been playing. Yeah, he played 6 minutes last game. I mean, I personally won't be playing Austin Rivers, but it's at least good to see that he's played 30 minutes in 2 straight games, so that at least makes me somewhat encouraged, or at least a little interested in him, but I still probably won't be playing him. What's this song? I have no idea. I'm just looking at this non-copyrighted music. I think it's called Rival X EGZ Odd Live a Life. I guess that's the song you're referring to. Gotta play non-copyright music so YouTube doesn't strike my channel. Barnes or Eric Gordon? Give me Harrison Barnes between those 2. Jaylen Brown over 38 fantasy points. Yeah, I think Jaylen Brown would likely hit the over there. If I was betting that, I would bet the over. 3,400 left. Oh, that's tough. I don't know if there's really anyone down here at 3,400 or less that's a great standout value. I mean, let's see from the Magic. So, how much is Birch? What's Birch's price? Birch is 3,800, damn. But Gary Clark, he's probably going to start again. He played 28 minutes last game. He only had 10 fantasy points, but you're going to get a guy starting playing about 30 minutes, 3,200. If I was looking for anyone down there, it would probably be Gary Clark, at least right now. Maybe some better value will open up. Tatum and Randall or Giannis and Russ? God, give me the second one. I mean, I like Tatum and Randall a lot, but I don't think I'd play them over Giannis and Russ. Thoughts on Paul George? I mean, yeah, Paul George is always in play. I haven't been playing him too much now that his price is way up. I mean, he's 9,100. At 9,100, I'm looking for almost 60 fantasy points from him. Sure, he could get that against the Warriors, but I think I'd rather, if I can find the salary, I'd probably rather play Bradley Beal. I'd rather drop down to some of these other shooting guards that we've talked about, like Jaylen Brown, 8,700. I like quite a bit. Kobe White, you could look to as well. Now that Paul George is so expensive, I don't think he's a guy I'd go out of my way to play unless Kawhi's out. Then that changes things. I'm worried LaMelo and Lonzo stack? No, not many people are going to have LaMelo and Lonzo. I mean, there'll be some people that do it, but it's not. Both those guys are going to be under 10% owned. If anything, the people that do play, those guys are just going to play them together. So that is, I guess, one worry. But no, neither one. LaMelo and Lonzo are both going to be low owned tonight. That's my guess. 3 locks on Yahoo. I mean, I would say I'll give you 2. I mean, Karis LeVert, Daniel Tice look like 2 of the best plays on Yahoo right now. And then Jared Allen, Joe Val, I like both those guys as well. But, let's say Wood gets ruled out, then Boogie would become a really good play too. So, but right now it's for sure 2 locks on Yahoo for me are definitely LeVert and Tice. Both are way too cheap. Cole Anthony and Melton or Austin Rivers and Bacon. Give me the first there. Tatum and Randall in the same lineup. Yeah, I have no problems doing that. I think both guys have massive upside pretty much every night, especially tonight. Tatum or Brown? I mean, I'd prefer Tatum, but I like both quite a bit. Yeah, I've seen the DMCA stuff on Twitch. It's crazy. Like, streamers can't even play any music, or they're just getting their channel taken down. I know on YouTube YouTube, you can still play copyright music, but you can't like monetize your content or anything. I'd rather just play it safe and just play non-copyright stuff. Boogie or Tice? Honestly, if Wood's out, I'm probably just playing both, but I guess if you gave me, if I had to choose one, I'd prefer Boogie. I think Boogie has more upside, but both guys look like great plays. That's assuming that Wood is out. Is Schroeder ever a good play? I mean, if LeBron winds up sitting one day, maybe Schroeder will be viable, but right now, I'm not really looking at Dennis Schroeder. He started off the season so well and just hasn't done anything since then. Yeah, 6,200, that's just too expensive for Dennis Schroeder. At least when LeBron and AD are both healthy, you know. Payton or Hill? I'm assuming you're talking about Elfrid Payton and George Hill. Between those two, definitely give me Elfrid Payton. Under 3,400, Chioza, Wanamaker, or Ellington? Well, if Curry's playing, I'm not going to Wanamaker. I don't really want to play Wayne Ellington, so give me Chioza between those three. Max entry is 150 max, $3, 450. Why am I seeing 1,300 plus lineup winning? Explain. I don't get what you're asking there. If you're saying a $3 150 max contest, you should have $450 in total entries. Any good resources for those new to lineups and finding value? I mean, you gotta stay on top of the news. You need to get on Twitter, follow, you know, all these Twitter accounts, whether it's Fantasy Labs or whoever. Stay up to date with the injuries. You know, that's how you get good at NBA. You just follow the news. You know what's like when a guy gets ruled out, you got to know who I'm gonna play, who I'm gonna swap to. That's how I've been able to be so successful in NBA. Just because it's one of those sports. If you're at your computer after lock or even before lock, if you're swapping when guys get ruled out, you're gonna be profitable in the long run. Like even if you, like let's say somebody gets ruled out after lock, like even if you don't play them, you still need to be thinking in your head, okay, you know, that guy's out. I didn't play that guy, but now who benefits with him out? I need to be, you know, probably playing them. So just so much that goes into it. But I mean, like there's tools out there like Court IQ. You can see usage when players are on and off the floor. I mean, there's sites that offer projections if you want to pay for that. There's plenty of stuff out there, but I'm assuming you're trying to just ask for like free resources. So I'm just trying to give you the stuff that's free. Hell, the stream is free, and I'm answering all kind of questions. So, my boys, I watch you daily from Canada. Much love. I appreciate that, Brian. Brian, thank you for tuning in, man. Tell your boys I said I appreciate it. Take her out to eat is a way to make a good relationship in the future. 100%, 100%. I say get to know a person. Sit down, eat a good meal, just talk and chatter. Why don't you play FanDuel? I play on Draftkings. I play on Yahoo. It's already tough managing, 10, 20 lineups on both those sites when I'm hand building lineups. I couldn't imagine playing on 3 sites. So right now it's just DK and FanDuel or DK and Yahoo for me. Hayward or Ingram? Give me Gordon Hayward between those two guys. Whiteside, now that Rashawn Holmes is expected to play, I'm not going to play Whiteside. I'm not on him. Halliburton, worth it or no? I think Halliburton's definitely in play. I would prefer that Fox be out, but I still have interest in Halliburton, even if he's in. But for Halliburton to be towards the top of my list, I want Fox to be out. Ingram, Randall, or Ingram, Allen, or Randall, Ibaka. Between those two, give me Ingram and Allen. Taco might get some minutes tonight, but I don't think he's going to get enough to be viable in DFS. Appreciate all your help lately. I'm here every stream and vid. Thank you, Zachary. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Noah, I live in NC. We're getting snow. How about you? It's not snowing here, but it's pretty damn cold outside. I'll tell you that. It's raining, too. Joe Harris or Rui? Between those two, give me Joe Harris. Best person under 6,100? Let's see, 6,100. It's probably going to be the last few questions, guys. I'm about to get off in the next few minutes, but I appreciate all you tuning in once again. Under 6,100? It would probably be Mitchell Robinson, 5,700. That would be the guy that I would go to there. I think we're going to hop off, guys. I've been live for almost an hour. It's about 4:30. I appreciate all you tuning in once again. I don't know how many viewers we topped out at today, but the stream just keeps growing. So many, you guys keep the chat flowing with questions. I appreciate that as always. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Best of luck tonight. Hope you win some money. If you have any more questions, hit me up on Twitter. My DMs are open on Twitter. You guys can message me there. I'm always down to answer any questions you have. But yeah, guys, best of luck tonight. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Good luck. We'll see you in the next one.